Hello and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Derek Livingston and I usually cover sports photography, gear, and just topics within that field of photography. So today I'm going to be talking about the past 3 years with the Canon R6. As you can see, we have a different little setup here. Instead of shooting into the corner where my computer is, we're going to use a little more of the room. So hopefully this is a little more high key and not so dimly lit. Let's start off from the beginning. I had a Canon 5D Mark IV and wanted something for sports photography. And the 5D Mark IV I think was like 6 to 7 frames per second in burst mode. I needed something faster. You can make it work. I made it work for a year and a half shooting sports with the 5D Mark IV. But with the release of mirrorless cameras for Canon, I was looking into what I can get for sports. And the Canon R6 filled the bill. I could have gone with the R5. It would have cost me more. And the other benefits that came with it were things that I really didn't think that I needed. So I went with the Canon R6. Now I get 12 frames per second in mechanical shutter, 20 in electronic. That's another pro, being able to go to electronic shutter. You can shoot completely silent, which comes in handy for receptions, events, anything that you want to be kind of under the radar and more of fly on the wall. That works very well. And then you have the in-body stabilization, which the 5D Mark IV did not have. So that's a huge benefit of going into the Canon R6 or any of the Canon mirrorless cameras, is I'm pretty sure, or at least the full frame ones, have in-body stabilization, which comes in very handy for any slow shutter work in photography and video. Also, I was looking for an upgrade in video for when I do wedding videos. And I have slowed down in the past year, but at the time of getting into the R6, I was still very busy in the wedding field. So having 4K 60, 4K 23, having the option to go to 1080, 120 frames per second for super slow-mo stuff, the R6 just fit all the criteria I was looking for. And also the biggest thing is being able to shoot in log format. Now my 5D Mark IV did have log, but I had to send it off to get Canon to put that in, but it comes in the R6. Having log allows me to color grade and get more dynamic range in my footage, and you're able to get a more specific look on your footage. So another huge benefit of the Canon R6. So 3 years. I think I'm close to 3 years of having the Canon R6. And I loved it enough that I bought a second one. I've had the second one for like 2 years, 2.5 years now. It didn't take me long to realize that the Canon R6 was exactly what I needed. And when you're shooting sports, you need two bodies pretty often. So I needed a second body, sold the 5D Mark IV, and got a second R6. And I don't regret it one bit. I love the Canon R6. Is it time to move to the Canon R6 Mark II? Probably not. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. I'm kind of holding out for the Canon R1 in the future as possibly the primary body with the R6 as a secondary, and sell off one of the R6s. But the R6, even today, years later, after the Mark II has came out, still holds a very strong hold on photography. It's a solid camera still, only being 3 years old. You can't go wrong with it, really. If you're already shooting Canon and if it fits what you're looking for in a camera system, then no reason not to. Now obviously some other people might say no about this because they might be a Fuji shooter or a Nikon, whatever it may be, but since I've shot Canon for 98% of my photography career, it just was perfect for me to move up into the Canon R6. With the adapters, you can use your EF lenses, and they worked perfectly fine, adapted. So it was an easy choice for me to stay at Canon and go with the R6. And even years later, I haven't even thought about updating really, because the Canon R6 still has all the key features that you need in a camera, or could even want in a camera, and there's plenty of features I don't even mess with on the Canon R6 or the RF glass. So I've enjoyed it. I love them. I'll be sticking with Canon for a very long time as of right now. So yeah, overall the Canon R6 is a solid camera. I've loved it enough to buy two, and I don't see myself getting out of the R6s for a few more years until something else comes along, like the Canon R1 or maybe into an R3 for a primary body. But with that said, that's just my thoughts and the pros of having the R6s for me. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below, and I appreciate it if you would like to subscribe, and I will see you all next time.